When I hit 825, I started gaining so much weight, and the more weight I gained, the more insecure I became. Eventually, I lost a good amount of confidence and my self-esteem was in the gutter. I think what made the whole experience worse was the fact that I couldn't fit into the clothes that I used to wear to make myself feel good. So now I was stuck with this new body and I didn't know how to dress it in order to make myself feel good. I'll talk more about my story and how far I've come later on, but let me tell you why the story came up in the first place. Several weeks ago, this young lady sent me a DM. She had watched this video and she wanted me to make a follow-up video talking about how to dress properly and how to look good, and I never responded to that DM. Not because I'm some stuck-up girl who doesn't respond to DMs, no. But at that point in time, I didn't feel like I was the right person to speak on the topic. I didn't entirely like the way I looked, and I definitely wasn't dressing the way that I thought or felt I should be dressing. But that DM was my wake-up call. I either had to choose between complaining about the body that I now have and wallowing in insecurity, or I could figure out how to make myself look good and feel good and some way somehow deal with that insecurity. You guessed right, I chose the latter, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you some tips or some steps that have helped make myself look good, because I believe that when you look good, you feel good, and feeling good boosts your confidence, which in turn gets rid of the insecurity little by little. So if for some reason you're feeling insecure about your body or part of your body, I'm hoping that the steps that I took will also help you. If you stay with me long enough, I'm going to share one little tiny trick that I've learned that is really helping me deal with the insecurity that I have. The first thing I did in order to gain confidence and start battling with being insecure about my body was being self-aware, and I recommend that you do that too. So in order to be self-aware, you'd have to ask yourself this question: what is preventing me from looking my best and feeling good about myself? For me, what was preventing me from looking my best and feeling even better about myself was my weight gain. I had gained so much weight, I couldn't fit into my clothes, and I couldn't immediately switch up my entire wardrobe because I didn't have the finances to do that. And just coming to this realization, or this awareness, made me know what steps to take next. And I promise you, if you're very honest and sincere with yourself when answering this question, you know the root of your insecurity, and from there you know exactly what steps to take in order to deal with it. I'm also going to say that for this particular video, I'm going to be concentrating mainly on your looks and how you see yourself. But I don't think that fixing your looks would entirely get rid of any insecurity you may have with regards to your body. I think that to a certain degree, there's a lot of inner work that needs to be done, because there may be some beliefs that you may have that are causing you to be insecure about your body in the first place. So for that aspect, I'd advise that you seek professional help by seeing a therapist. Now let's proceed with fixing your looks and regaining your confidence. So once you're self-aware, you know exactly what your problem is and you can start tackling that. For me, like I said earlier, I had gained so much weight, my clothes weren't fitting, I didn't have the money to switch up my wardrobe entirely. So what was I going to do next? For you, it could be that you've gained so much weight like myself, or you've lost so much weight. And I think that if you've lost so much weight, it's very easy for you to take your items or your clothing to a tailor and have them altered. But either way, the next thing you would have to do now is to shop your size. I think that as women, we are usually in denial. Like, I was in denial for probably a year. And that's why I had to deal with being insecure for so long and messing up my confidence along the line. I think that I had succeeded in convincing myself that just a little bit of weight, I would work out, diet and all of that. And then before you know it, I'll be back to my old size and I can wear all my amazing clothes again. But that was not the case. I just kept on putting on more weight. That's why being self-aware is very important. Once I came to terms with the fact that, sis, you may be able to lose weight in the future, but right now you aren't there yet and you have to do something about it. I needed to start shopping for my current size, not my future size that I'm planning to get to, or my past size. No. So that'll be the next step, shopping for the body or the size that you currently are. And that also includes studying your new body and finding styles and cuts and designs that work for it. So if, for example, you're insecure about your back rolls, then buying a bodycon dress made with spandex fabric may not be the smartest thing, because it would draw every corner, every crevice, every part of that back roll you don't want to highlight. So you definitely want to take that into consideration. If you're like me and you don't have the resources to switch up your entire wardrobe immediately, it would be very wise for you to start with the basics. So what I did was I started buying things that I would use very often, things that form the foundation or the basics of my wardrobe, and that could include a button-up shirt, maybe a little black dress, maybe some trousers, some bodysuits or jeans, for example. Things that you can basically restyle in different ways for different occasions for your day-to-day activities. Then the next thing I did was switch up my underwear. If you've gained or lost weight, you know that your undergarments do not fit the same anymore. It's so annoying. Like, first, the bra that used to fit perfectly, everything, your girl sits in there comfortably. Now that bra doesn't fit well. The girls are pouring out, spilling here and there. There's spillage when you wear clothes. And then your panties. Let's talk about your panties, how they can get really tight or really loose if you've lost or gained so much weight. So yeah, if your insecurity has got to do with gaining so much weight or losing so much weight over a period of time, you also want to switch up your underwear, get new bras, get new panties that would hold everything in place and leave you feeling comfortable all day long. Because I realized that having to adjust your bra or adjust your underwear all day long messes with your confidence. Hold up, I think I forgot something. I mentioned shopping for basics, but I didn't mention prioritizing your purchases, planning your purchases. What that means is that if you have a regular 8 to 5 job, right, and you're beginning to shop for your new body, it would be very unwise for you to go in and use the money you have to buy 5 party dresses when you're pretty much at work every single day of the week. So from Monday to Friday, you're going to be wearing those crappy clothes that don't fit anymore, that fit weirdly or that are too tight, and those party dresses are pretty much going to be useful only over the weekend or like once or twice a month. I don't know, what are your priorities? I mean, it's okay if you're okay feeling like ish all week long and feeling like the bomb on weekends, but doing that will definitely sink you deeper and deeper into this insecurity. Another thing that I realized helped me without me even knowing is personal grooming. I was making sure that my nails are usually done, no chippings, no ugly looking nails, and I was also making sure that my hair looked good and I looked presentable makeup wise. And if you're not doing these things, you don't realize how much confidence you're missing out on. Yes, you may be insecure about a part of your body or your entire body, but I realized that once I went and I got my nails done, I felt like a new person. And once I got my hair done and I was feeling good and I looked good, my confidence was up a bit. Not all the way up there, but it definitely went up a bit. So make sure that your nails, your toenails, your hair, your makeup are always on point, or for the most part on point, and that will definitely shoot up your confidence a bit and slowly kick out insecurities that you may have. Once you have your basics sorted, you can then go ahead and get your statement pieces. So maybe that statement jacket that you can wear just maybe once in a month or once in 2 weeks. Another thing that has helped me in dealing with being insecure about my body is knowing exactly what my triggers are. I noticed that when I'm alone at home, just minding my own business, not interacting with so many people, I was okay. But the moment I had to step out and go into gatherings or interact with so many people, I began to get anxious. And for the most part, when I do go out to hang out with these people, I see everybody having a good time and I'm in my shell, being insecure, being uncomfortable with my body. At those times, insecurity is like really at its peak. So for me, those are my triggers: going out and interacting with people. So what are your triggers? Your trigger may be seeing somebody that is confident in themselves and living their lives, and you're like, oh god, I wish that was me. And seeing that person takes you down the journey of disliking yourself and hating yourself all over again. I believe that it's very important that you identify your triggers and try to stay away from them for the most part. You can reduce the interactions you have with these people and maybe tell them, let them know that, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. So it's not that I don't want to hang out with you, but if I do hang out with you, it affects me so much. It takes me days and weeks for me to return to, being content with myself all over again. And hopefully these people can reason with you and understand where you're coming from, because there is nothing that is worse than opening yourself up to somebody and they not fully understanding exactly what you're dealing with. I'm also going to say that your friends and the people you hang out with can live with it for some time, but they are also humans. They may get tired of you not showing up for every event and think other things. So try not to stay away completely. While you're away, try to work on yourself, build up your confidence so that you can once in a while join them, do stuff with them, so that you don't entirely feel like you're some snob and you don't like hanging out with them. This one trick may seem like a joke, but it has helped so many people, myself inclusive, and I would suggest that you try it before you trash, and it is dancing in front of a mirror. If you're someone who's insecure about your body, you know that you have a love-hate relationship with mirrors, right? There are times that you don't want to look at yourself because you don't want to see what you don't want to see. And then there are times that you spend a lot of time in front of the mirror just looking at yourself. I remember the first time someone said to dance in front of a mirror and how it has helped her so much with her self-image and her self-confidence. I was like, bruh, I don't think that would help me. Let me tell you, it will help you. Play the music that you love, Afrobeats, hip-hop, R&B. It's just you and your mirror. Nobody cares how embarrassing the moves are. Once you've done it a couple of times a week or every single day, you realize that little by little, your confidence begins to grow. And one thing that is so shocking to me is that you begin to like your body. I also realized that society and the media has given us this picture of what a perfect body may look like. So we tend to hate, I don't know if hate is a strong word, but we actually tend to hate our bodies. I remember that there's so many times just looked at myself and I just hated how I look. I'm not going to say that there are not times that I look at myself and I dislike how I look. Why am I getting emotional? This video is not supposed to be emotional. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But yeah, I was saying that there's still times that I look at myself and I'm like, oh, I don't like this body. But nowadays, every time my mind decides to do that, I sort of bring myself to realize that, listen, this body pretty much carries you through every single day. It's pumping blood, you're eating, you're digesting, your organs are working just fine. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for the body you have. So dancing in front of the mirror slowly helps you go from disliking and hating your body so much to loving it and appreciating it enough to do the things that are good for your body. So when I drink a soda today, it may not make a difference, but if I drink a soda every single day throughout the year, that is a bunch of diseases waiting for me. If I'm eating so much junk food almost every other weekend for years, that's heart disease around the corner. That's a stroke waiting for me. Sorry, I got a little emotional over there. Then the one thing that I said has been helping me so much, which is actually good timing, because let me tell you first. So I learned this thing called the 5-minute rule. And I'll be the first to say that dealing with being insecure about your body, trying to look good in order to regain your confidence, is not always like an uphill thing. There are times that you have like really low lows. There are times that something triggers it. It feels like you're back to square one. So all the progress you made is almost like non-existent. And for those times, I learned something called the 5-minute rule. So basically, you allow yourself to be sad, to be angry, to be upset, to feel all those emotions, but just for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you have to suck it up and keep moving. So the moment I start to feel bad about, say, my body, for example, and I start to feel bad about how I've been working out. If you're not new to the channel, you know that I've been trying to lose weight for more than a year now. Like, I've been sharing my workouts, my diet, and all of that. And I've had those moments where I'm just like, bro, I'm doing so much and nothing is changing. And I just like go down to the darkest parts. Anytime I have those nowadays, what I do is, the moment it starts, I pick my phone, 5 minutes timer. I hit the timer, 5 minutes. The moment the timer goes off, I'm done. I'm not allowed to be sad again. And if you're on this journey, it is very important that you learn to regulate these emotions so that you don't go weeks. I know that if you allow me, I could continue feeling bad for days and weeks non-stop. So this 5-minute rule definitely helps me a lot. Just in case you haven't noticed, I know how I feel. So I'm very proud of you for even taking the initiative to want to do something about it. Because for someone like me, I've been living with it for about 2 years now, and it's time for it to get out. This year, I'm taking it head on and I'm dealing with it. And if you're with me on this journey, comment goodbye insecurity in the comment section and let's do this together, because this year we are becoming that girl. And I'm not talking green juices and Pinterest lifestyle. I'm talking actually becoming the best version of ourselves. I feel like nowadays when you say that girl or becoming the it girl, most people are thinking about laying in your bed, working out, journaling, da da da. But there are things that the girls that have actually become that girl know and do that a good number of us do not know. And I did the research. Yes, sis, I did the research because, like I said, this year we are not slacking. I did the research and I found out some very crucial things that the girls that have become that girl know and do that for the most part a lot of people do not know. So stop on the video right here to find out the things that these girls know that a lot of us don't know, and let's become the best version of ourselves this year. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you over in this one. Don't forget to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.
My name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.